In the previous video, we have seen how to create this form to add a new post, and also we have seen like if whenever we add a new post here, if you go to the Firebase database, here you can see the collection here. That is, if you remember in the previous video, we have added a image of this Jack Sparrow. Here you can see the caption, image URL, and username as well as timestamp. But we haven't added any comment section here, and also if you remember we haven't displayed it this post, and also in the storage you can see the all the images which you have uploaded are stored in this images folder here. Here if you double click on it, here you can see this Jack Sparrow image. And now in this video we will display all the images. First of all we'll fetch the data and all the collections and all the images from this Firebase database, and we'll display it in our React app. To do that, first of all we'll just go to our VS Code, and here till now it is okay. Now below this you'll just write one code like if the user is present, or by default first of all we should fetch all the post whenever the page is loaded. To do that, first of all we'll use one use effect, or else we have one already. If you want we can write within this use effect, or we can just create one. Okay, the thing is like we need to collect all the post using this db.collection post within this use effect, so that every time we load a post or every time we load a page, this use effect will be this function will be run, and all of our posts will be fetched whenever we load a page. First of all we'll just complete this piece of code of collecting all the posts from this Firebase database. Here what I have did is like I have created one use effect, and before that to store all the post I have created one use state function here to store, to create a variable post and set post to store all the posts which you have fetched from the Firebase database. And first thing is like I have called this post collection, and I have ordered it by timestamp descending order, and then I called on each snapshot I have set the ID and the post. ID is nothing but to refer the post whenever we are updating a post, or posting and comment, or whenever we are deleting and post. These types of operations, this ID is very necessary to refer the exact post which we are doing the operation. And the doc.data consists of all the fields that are like timestamp and post URL, that is image URL, and also these things, right? I'll just show you. If I go to the firestore database, this doc.id consists of this id, this 0ij something. And when it comes to this doc.data, this all the data will be stored in this doc.data, and when it comes to doc.id, this id will be stored. In this way we have fetched all the data whenever the page is loaded. Now we should display all the post here at the below of this form, that is add new post form. But before that, as the coding part for this displaying the post very huge, so that we'll just create one new file inside this component. I'll just make it as post.js, and inside this I'll just create one default template, and for now I'll save it. And if I go to the home.js, here I'll just create a div, and I'll just add some of the class names and styles to this div. And also I will loop through this post, each and every post, and display the post here. Okay, in this way we can send all the data from this home page to this post JavaScript file. Here, what I did exactly is like I have just created two divs for the styling purpose, and I have added these styles for this post in my app.css file. And later, I just created one break so that it will be some gap. There will be some gap between the form and this posts. And when it comes to this post, I have looped or I have used this map function to loop each and every post. And if you remember, there is an ID and the post here. If you come to the use effect, here we have mm, updated this set post with the ID and the post. ID consists of the this post ID, and when it comes to post dot data, this post consists of all the fields which you have updated in the data. Here, if I expand it, okay, below at the end of this page, here you can see in the post I have called this ID and post, and whenever we are mapping through the any array or a post, make sure that the key attributes should be present and this should be unique. By default, this ID it's while creating it will be creating as unique, so that we'll make sure this key is ID. And when it comes to post ID, to refer this we need one ID. We'll just make post ID as ID, and user is nothing but the current user who have logged in, and username is nothing but the post dot username. That is, here if you come to this install on file store, this username is nothing but this the current user who have logged in, or the image the post updated username. I think both should be same. At that means if the both are same, that means the same user logged in has updated the same post. Here, I think you will get clear idea whenever you upload a post about this user and username. In simple terms, user is the current logged in person, current login person, and when it comes to username, posted person, the person who posted the post, that is nothing but the username. Current logged in person is the post, because if the user logged out also, then also user can see some of the post, right? So that make sure that these and these are not same. If these both are same, that means the same person has posted the post. If both are not same, that is another person has posted the post, and the third person has just access to see the post. Okay, now I'll just save it. Now if I go to this browser here, okay, here you can see the post is displaying. Now we need to remove this post. We need to write some piece of code to display this post and our username and also our avatar. Here I'll just go to the post, and here the very first thing I'll do is like I'll just call all this. There are these attributes here: post ID, user, username, caption, image URL. Now I'll just remove all this div, and I'll just write a piece of code to display. First of all, the post format should be like, first of all, there should be one avatar, that is our image URL image, and beside there should be like our username, and below that there should be one our post which we have uploaded, and below that there should be one input form to post a comment. Now I'll just quickly write the code about all these things which I have said just now. Okay, now here if you see, I have created an div. I'll just name it as classmates post for the styling purpose. And first thing is like at the top, I have created one avatar, that is our image. For now, I have just use alternative as username, so that our first alphabet of our username will be displayed. And below that, or besides that, there should be our username. And below that, we should display one image, that is nothing but the post which you have uploaded. And below that, I'll just created one paragraph, and that is nothing but our username. Besides, there should be our caption, which I have entered while I am updating the post. And below that, we should post all the comments here. This part we'll see later. For now, I'll just save it. If I go to this browser, here you can see my avatar, here my username, and below this, my username and my caption is printed successfully here. If you try to update another post here, I'll just choose one file here and I'll just select one of the files in my folder. Okay, I'll just select this Spider-Man file. Okay, now I'll just write a comment or caption here. Caption will be like, I'll just make the Spider-Man here. Now I'll just click add post here. Okay, here we'll just wait for it, and here the progress bar is full, and below you can see that my username, my image avatar, and the Spider-Man image is displayed. Below you can see my username as well as the caption which I have entered here. In this way we can add n number of posts here. And if we go to the database here in the firestore database, here you can see before there is only one document. Now we have two documents. One is for Jack Sparrow image and the other is for the Spider-Man image. And simultaneously, if I go to the storage here in the images folder, here if you refresh, okay, it's automatically refresh. Here you can see the Spider-Man image has also been updated in our database.